Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hi and welcome back. So it's paint time. So first thing I'm going to do is get literally every single piece. You can see I've got all sorts on skewers, etc. in clamps so I can get the right angles. Everything's going to get primed. We've got the Star Destroyer ready to go as well, held nicely so I can get all around. I'm also, while I'm at it, I'm priming a couple of the smaller pieces for the CN65 at the same time. I'm going to be using for the first time the Vallejo surface primer for the airbrush. I normally use aerosols, but I'm giving this a try and I'm hoping I'll be able to get a very thin coat of primer so it won't eat into any of the details, because there's a lot of tiny details that I don't want destroying, so I want to airbrush instead of aerosoling. So I'm going to get everything primed and then we'll have another look at what we've got. Right, so I've got everything primed up now. Some of it's not in camera because it's on different things holding. But the plan is now, everything for the Death Star is going to get, can we focus on that? Coated in German grey to start off as a base coat, because it'll work nice for all these detailed bits, and it'll give a shading underneath what's going to be lighter. Got our light greys for the outside, sea grey to do some even more details on. I've got a couple of other greys I'll probably throw in as well, because it's mainly all grey. There are a couple of bits on the Death Star that come across as sort of a reddy colour, so I've got Hull Red. I'm going to touch a couple of bits, just a couple of little touches. Probably going to get my aluminium out for a couple of bits as well to add some depth. The Star Destroyer is going to go gloss black at first, because then when I go with my lighter colour, my very light grey, almost white, I'm hoping to get some shading come through before I even start weathering it. So I'll get some German grey down, get the gloss black down, and we shall have another look. Right, so I've got the German grey over everything. So these just going to get touched up on the edges. But the next big job I'm off to do is all the outer shell now. I'm going to go over with sky grey. I'm going to mask these bits off. I should have left these parts off and painted them separately, but too late now, so I don't get the sky grey going underneath, because we need them doing. Apart from the bottom, I may just hand brush these a couple of little bits with the sky grey. So we'll get that sprayed on next. I also did get the Star Destroyers just done in. It's actually semi-gloss black. I didn't have any gloss black in, so It probably looks a bit bizarre at the moment, but when I start getting a lighter colour over, I'm hoping to get some contrast shading with doing this black first. So I will start on, I'll get this down and then we'll have another quick peek. Right, so I've got the sea grey done now on all the outside bits. So next thing I'm doing is with a very fine brush, I'm dry brushing aluminium over the raised ridges, these internal bits. Not all of them, because I'm dry brushing. I don't want to catch it all, I want it to be a bit random, so we'll get that effect of the metal on the edge, like it's still under construction. And I'm also going to hit it with a bit of the Hull Red in the same way. So I will get all these internal bits painted, and then we'll have a look and maybe start putting some of it together. Right, so I've got the Death Star together now. See, the colours I added, it isn't a lot, it's just subtle, but it breaks it up that little bit. When I've stuck it together, you can see a couple of these join lines. Now, that isn't a join line. So I'm thinking when I put some washes on this, I might be able to hide that. So the next thing I'm going to do is give this one a clear coat. Ready to start doing some washes and last bits. And while that's drying, I can start on the Star Destroyer, which I think I'm going to use Deck Tan, which is a very light grey, so I think that might work nice with it. So I'll get a clear coat down and that's painted up and we'll have another look. Okay, so I've got the Star Destroyer painted now. When I went to open my Deck Tan, I'd actually run out. So all I've done is gone over it with white, but as you can see, because I've gone over the gloss black, it's left shattering all over coming through, which I really like this effect that I've got. So that's going to get a gloss coat next of clear, and then I can just do a wash to just bring out these raised details a bit, and that'll be the Star Destroyer done. We've got our gloss on the Death Star now. These are really sticking out at the moment, but once I start adding some colouring, I'm going to use buff very close to the Deck Tan, because all the weathering on the Death Star, if you look at it, is actually lighter than the colour of the metal. So we're just going to get in between some of these lines, add a bit. We need to touch up a bit here with the sea grey. Probably go run down these lines as well, see if it takes it out a bit then, because I really don't want to start messing about putting. I'm hoping to be able to finish these tonight, and it's be a fun weekend project. But you can see how that's popping with them colours. So weathering on this next and gloss coat. Once we've got the Death Star weathered, we shall have another look. Right, so my Death Star it's all painted up how I want it now. Done some panel lines, got the trenching. I'm happy with the colour. This now needs knocking back with just a matte coat and it'll be actually finished. So next one is my Star Destroyer, and this has now had its gloss coat. Oops. All I'm going to do with this now is hit it with a sludge wash. I've done a tutorial how to make these before, so I'll hit it with the sludge wash. I'm going to paint the inside of the engines with clear blue to try and make them look like they're actually working. Stick them in, matte coat over here as well, and everything will be finished. So the next view we'll have is the finished model. Right, so everything is finished now. All painted, all glossed, weathering done. I did a sludge wash on the Star Destroyer, then just cleaned it off with water. I will put a link to how I do my sludge washes that I did before, but that's left some really nice shadowing, and that black gloss before the white has really worked. I did the clear blue in the engines and it just makes them look like Star Wars engines. And then we come to the Death Star. You can see the panels are coloured. I did a little bit of buff on just a few of them to make them stand out in the trench. I also did I'll put a link up to how I did the panel lines. So I put that up last night. But I think what I'm most pleased about is how that looks internally. That dry brushing with the aluminium and the Hull Red has worked a treat. So I'll list all the different colours of paint I used as well, but for this time that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Keep trekking, keep modelling. Thank you. Bye bye.